Moms for Liberty has 275 chapters in 44 states and is growing every month. I want to begin by thanking you for taking up this important topic. Free speech has been chilled for too long by our own government. I applaud you for bringing attention to the intimidation and harassment of law-abiding citizens. Parents have the fundamental right to direct the upbringing of their children. That includes their education, medical care, morality, and religion. I want to be clear. These are inherent, natural rights. Parental rights do not stop at the classroom door. We do not co-parent with the government. In March 2020, public schools across the country were closed without parental input. Tina Deskovich and I, co-founders of Moms for Liberty, were serving on school boards in Florida. School districts shifted to virtual learning, but accountability for teaching and learning was lacking. Despite documented low student engagement, graduation rates remained steady, and federally mandated services were not being provided despite continued funding. Parents watched in horror as teachers' unions fought to keep schools closed. We watched as our children struggled with depression and anxiety, their development regressing at every turn. Nationally, parents were asking when and how had we become a nation that was more concerned with protecting adults than protecting children. Parents desperately wanted to help their children, and they turned to their school boards to try to understand why it was okay for people to gather and riot in the streets and not for children to gather and learn in classrooms. In the U.S., the right to petition the government to correct a wrong or achieve a goal is fundamental to the workings of our constitutional republic. Parents who took up this right were silenced. Then, the premier law enforcement agency of the United States of America, the FBI, was used as a weapon by the DOJ against parents who dared to voice their concerns at the most local level, their school board. Thanks to the whistleblower, we now have evidence that Attorney General Garland instructed the FBI to take action against parents, and that a threat tag was created for parents who spoke up in public meetings. How dare they? One of our moms was one of those parents targeted. 1 minute, you're making peanut butter and jelly, and the next minute, the FBI is calling you. You answer the phone, and they want to talk to you about your comments at a school board meeting last week. Do you have any guns in your home? Do you have a history of mental health illness? Oh, and by the way, don't tell anyone we called. When this mother called me, I was numb. I was shocked. I did not know what to say. Can the FBI ask you to be confidential about their inquiry to you? I immediately worked to make the Judiciary Committee members aware of this situation. Did the actions of the Biden administration chill the free speech of parents? Yes. There is no doubt. It sent shockwaves across this country that we still feel today. And what did this mom do wrong? She disagreed with her school board. That is not illegal in this country. We are not allowed to have differing views. 115,000 members strong, we attended school board meetings, often facing unjust treatment. Parents were expelled, their mics were cut off, and many were prevented from speaking. We are moms, dads, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and concerned citizens. We are not domestic terrorists, and we will not be silenced to protect a failing system. The DOJ betrayed the trust of the American people. There must be accountability. While the FBI made phone calls to parents who spoke out at meetings and wrote memos calling concerned parents domestic terrorists, I submit to you what the federal government was not doing was paying attention to educating our children. America's public education system is failing. Perhaps the silencing of parents was meant to hide these facts, but we see, our eyes are open to a distressing truth that our children are being taught to distrust the sanctity of their own homes, and to view the nation as broken and unjust. We witness schools and states fueling this fire, encouraging such beliefs to take hold. I ask you to hold accountable those that violated their oath to the Constitution, who trampled on our right to be heard, and who sought to use their position of power to subvert we, the parents. The number one indicator of student success is parental involvement. Any action by the government that undermines that jeopardizes the very future of this nation. We are joyful warriors. We are going to fight like hell for the future of this country with a smile on our face because our children are watching. Our members build relationships, spread truth to educate their communities, and empower parents to do the same. That is the power of parents.